Do you think they've cleaned the homelessness? They got $24 billion of taxpayer money, and homelessness just went up. In America, we have 770,000 of homeless people in America. 181 of it is in California.
Damn.
This man has been the governor for 6 years, the lieutenant governor prior to that for 8 years. His policies have destroyed a once great state.
The Speaker, he is correct. Any aid has got to insist that the science of forestry be implemented so you, the American people, you don't have to keep bailing people out. These are predictable Santa Ana winds. They are predictable wildfires. They got to clear out the brush and do things like, control burns and maybe not put a little shrub above the safety of people's lifeblood, their home. Podcast host Patrick Bet-David highlighted the cost of construction, came up with 5 possible solutions that the governor, the state, could use to pay for it. He could ask Trump and taxpayers for help. He could raise California's already high taxes even more. He can tax the California billionaires. We hear about that, chase them out of California even more. Blame and deflect, which he's already done, or frankly resign, which is never going to happen. He's the host of the PBD podcast, founder of Value Attainment Media Group, Patrick Bet-David. To me, this is simple. Basic forestry, science, management, clear brush, fire retardant building materials, control burns, put the lives and the homes of people above a plant. Let's start there. Why aren't they doing that?
So, Sean, bad policies have consequences. We saw this during COVID when California came up with all these policies, and I lived there for 24 years. You started seeing a mass exodus, first time since 1851, where the net migration was a negative in California. If you look at the numbers from July 2020 till April of 2024, the #1 state with negative migration, net negative migration, is the state of California. 1.234 million people left the state due to COVID policies. Now, those folks left because they were sick of their kids not going to school. They were sick of not having a life. They wanted to go out there, go to a restaurant. Maybe they moved to Texas. Maybe they moved to Florida. But the exodus we're about to see, Governor Newsom calls it Los Angeles 2.0. I call it California Exodus 2.0. Here's why. The average age of somebody that lives in LA is 37 years old. Think about when you and I were 37 years old, what life events was taking place. Maybe you're having a kid or your second one. You're buying a house or your second one, thinking about starting a business, thinking about a career change. So let's process this together. You sit there, if you choose to buy a house in California, you have to ask yourself this question. Do the current leaders of California who come out with the policies protect you from a future earthquake, protect you from a future fire, protect you from preventing insurance companies' prices of going up? Do you believe that's going to happen? The answer is no. Number 2, if you choose to build a house and you want to rebuild, how long do you think it's going to take to get those permits?
Years.
Probably 12, 24, 36 months. Number 3, if you choose to have kids, why would you raise your kids in the school system of California, no matter what part of California you're in? Why would you do that? So you don't trust the system. Number 4, if you choose to start a small business in California, do you think they've cleaned the homelessness? They got $24 billion of taxpayer money, and homelessness just went up. In America, we have 770,000 of homeless people in America. 181 of it is in California.
Damn.
This man has been the governor for 6 years, the lieutenant governor prior to that for 8 years. His policies have destroyed a once great state. This is why you saw that tweet.
Yep.
All right. So we have hydrants that don't work. We have empty reservoirs. We find out $650 million allocated to make the port of L.A. green. We found out that the state, that they have $2.6 billion allocated for firefighting, but $101 million was cut from that. We know that the city of Los Angeles cut money. We know that they're spending $100 billion on electric vehicles. We know that the city of Los Angeles is spending $800 grand on electric street sweepers, but they're cutting the fire department budget. How do you fix stupid? Because it's all stupid and it's all preventable.
You can't fix stupid.
Well, I mean, you saw the exchange with Mayor Bass where she went up there and she said, well, I'll never, as a mayor, I'll never leave the States. I'll never go abroad. She left 5 times. The leaders are not leading that state. But think about it this way. The Palisades, you look at all the fires, 80,000 acres, 24 death toll that we know about right now, all the homes, $250 billion of damages today. Reservoir Santa Ynez, 117 million gallons of water it can have. Since February of last year, it's been 0. Why? Because there was a hole in the cover that they had. That was 1 mile away from the fire that took place. We can look at so many different angles, Sean. It's just bad policies. And they sit there thinking people are not going to be leaving. The next phase of people leaving, maybe Hollywood doesn't leave. Maybe the boomers in California that have lived there for a while don't leave.
Let me tell you
maybe
the
some
last
of the
thing.
folks that are sitting there that have family ties, restaurants, businesses don't leave. But that 35 to 45-year-old that knows the next 20 years are going to be the best money-making years of their careers, they're looking at Nevada, they're looking at Texas, and they're looking at Florida.
I got out of there.
And I can't blame them for looking at any one of those. But I will tell you, they don't get a penny unless they adopt the science of forestry so that the American taxpayer won't have to give one more penny to California. Frankly, in many ways, they should have to fix this themselves. They elected these people.
Exactly.
They wanted these environmental radicals in office, and this is what they got. And sadly, I bet they elect Kamala next. That's pathetic.
More than a week since the devastating Los Angeles wildfires destroyed thousands of homes and businesses. 2 large fires continue to burn in the Los Angeles area. Dozens have died and thousands are displaced. New video shows the extensive damage along the scenic Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu.
That looks crazy. Now that looks like an actual movie. Wow, that building survived. That house, damn. Oh my gosh, dude. To the beam. To the steel beams, man. Completely annihilated. Man, it's gonna take years to clean and rebuild all these houses that got affected. Oh man, it's crazy how some of these on the hill right here were able to survive. I guess that's that incline. Unless they were out there protecting their houses.
Good morning and welcome. It is 9:30. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Keeping you informed and connected, we continue to monitor the Eaton and Palisades wildfires.
The Palisades fire is 31% contained. It has burned more than 23,000 acres. More than 3,500 structures have been destroyed. 603 have been damaged.
And now to the Eaton fire. It's currently 65% contained. It's burned more than 14,000 acres. More than 7,100 structures have been destroyed and 805 have been damaged. That number, though, is expected to rise. And as you can imagine, the devastation is so complete that in some areas, homes and businesses are completely leveled.
This crew came from a prison camp.
So these are inmates in the California penal system. These guys all volunteered to come out here. And this is a major labor force for California.
Around 1,600 incarcerated people work as firefighters in California, making up as much as 15% of the state firefighting force, CAL FIRE.
We work 24 on, 24 off. We won't be out of here till 6, 7 tomorrow morning. I know, it's kind of surreal, you know what I mean?
This is California history down here. I mean, we're in Hollywood. It's better than being locked in a cell. We're basically free out here. Is the pay a little rough? I get $1 an hour right now, and I'm one of the highest paid guys on the crew.
Incarcerated firefighters get between $5 and $10 a day. When they're assigned to a fire, they earn an extra $1 an hour. By contrast, a firefighter hired by CAL FIRE to do similar work ends up earning about $350 for a 24-hour shift, not including overtime. But the bigger draw is early release. Serving on a fire crew gets time shaved off your sentence. And
That's not a bad idea, okay? I like this, okay? You got these inmates enjoying, you know, the food, medical, lovely, cozy cell. I mean, it's not cozy, but, you know, they're in a cell. Put them to work. Have them respond to natural disasters that happen in this country to help. I mean, if they're going to come back into society, might as well start early in while they're serving their time. And like they said, having to shave off some time for doing something like this, I mean, that's a win-win for both sides.
Chance to get your record expunged.
We're here for the opportunity to reduce our time. Anything I can do to go home a day or two earlier, I'm going to be there to do it.
That's good. Good positive thinking.
After a 24-hour shift and then a 24-hour rest, the crew is back at work. Now, the job changes from fighting fires to helping prevent them.
This is the arduous work of just clearing this area and making sure it's safe and stopping the fires before they start.
Okay, who thought of this? See, this is... Why didn't the Democrats do this years ago? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. They could have cleared this brush using inmates. They didn't have to use all the firefighters and resources, paying them an enormous amount of money to go out there and do this. You got some people that committed some crimes. They want to get out of jail a little bit early. Hey, you're going to get paid $1 an hour. I mean, that's still too much, in my opinion. But, I mean, at least they're getting something. And it's also helping the Californians in this case. And they get time shaved off their sentencing. I mean, that's good.
This is work that these guys do all year round. It doesn't just happen when there's wildfires.
We do this Monday through Friday. This is what we do every day. Fire or not.
They need to start. The problem is they need to start reporting that inmates are doing this type of work. The American people need to see that they're actually out there helping and making this country a little bit better and really trying to get out of jail a little bit earlier, showing good deeds and getting back into society.
We talk to other groups, and they're doing the same stuff we're doing, and we talk to them about how much you guys getting paid. Oh, well, we getting paid $20 an hour, or we getting paid this much a day. They be like, dang.
Don't whine.
At the end of the month, we probably make like $100. Something that somebody probably making like half a day.
Kip Ford says his time on the fire crew has been an attempt at redemption.
Imagine if they didn't commit crimes and go to jail and go to prison, have a long sentence. They could have went to school, became a firefighter, and earned that money of what firefighters get paid. I mean, firefighters, I believe, still get underpaid for the type of work that they do, especially in California. So we can blame leadership in California all we want when it comes down to these fires and all the policies that are ruining, destroying the state, with homeless going up, prices going up. Everybody's leaving the state, myself included, left that state. I tried, I was one of the people that tried recalling Newsom. Didn't work out. The majority of the people there wanted Newsom and the Democratic leadership to remain, and you get what you vote for. And I chose, after living there for a few years, I was done with it. I needed to be somewhere where I wasn't gonna be worried about putting gas in my vehicle and all these other, there's just so many problems and issues in California. It's just I'm glad to see that you're using inmates to get back into society. You got to actually help society. So I appreciate that they're out there doing that, and they said they were volunteering, which is good. But yeah. Oh, and the reason I'm wearing my headphones now is because I realized when I was reviewing some of the other videos that I did, I was getting a little bit of an echo, I noticed, because my videos that I was watching were actually getting recorded off the video, and also the microphone was recording overlapping, so I noticed there was a little bit. So hopefully it sounds a little bit better on this take. Like I said, I'm still learning this YouTube thing and editing, so I hope you guys like what you saw on this channel or this video, and hope you like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, guys.